At 720p here.
Good afternoon. Well, I stuck my work shirt back on. We got the delivery of the kitchen range that I mentioned on earlier videos. So I figured, well, I was all ready to go ahead and put the orifices in and everything, and they were late delivering the stove. It was free delivery from Lowe's, but they have a private company, I guess, deliver it, and it was supposed to deliver it between 9 and 11 this morning, today being Thursday, and it didn't arrive until after 12, I guess. That wasn't the big problem. Of course, it's hot. That is a problem. But the problem is I can't do the orifices. I got some pictures coming up on this video.
Here are the orifices here in the little baggie. There's, it looks like 3 bigger ones and 1 tiny one. And then I guess this is for the oven. And inside each burner is the orifice. Now this is a smaller burner, so this one's probably got the small one that goes in there. It's strange, it's got 3 big burners and 3 smaller ones. And I guess if you don't get the right ones in there, you could have a burner that's not going to be giving you the right amount of heat. And then it's kind of strange the way these things are too. I'm going to let the guy hook this stuff up. I know nothing about it. I don't know. And this is the little one, I guess, for this. I'm not sure how that goes in there. I'll let the pros do that.
But everything's packed up in the envelope, so I don't have to break out the envelope and show you, because you've seen orifices before. There is 4 orifices for the burner and 1 for the oven. Now the ones in the burner, they go down in the middle of the burner, and I've been watching YouTube videos on that, and those aren't too bad to change over, and if that's all it was, I would have no problem. The problem is, this is one of these ovens, ranges where you have to take off the oven door, take out the bottom of the oven, remove a shield, a metal shield, and way in the back of the oven, this is what I was hoping it was not, but I couldn't find any instructions online for that model stove that I have. So I said to myself, I'm watching videos, and it says if it's the one where I got to go crawl into the oven just about in order to change the oven orifice, I'm not going to be able to do it. And sure enough, that's the kind of stove it is. I think your hot points, I was watching a YouTube video on the hot point, and I think it was a hot point, it showed you how to remove the oven door. That's not the problem. The problem is it's way in the back, and of course, being that it's all black inside, you know, painted black, enamel, I guess, no light reflection, so you know, it's not like if it was white inside, you'd get a lot of light. I could put a flashlight in it. So you're working in a black tunnel, so to speak, and you got a flashlight in there. And I was watching a video a young fellow was doing it. He couldn't have been more than 20 years old, and he did it like a piece of cake. I mean, it was nothing to it for him. But with me, with my bad eyesight, I got to get my face right down on top of the orifice. I got to be like that far away in order to see it. And if you drop it down inside, goodbye Charlie. So I have my wrenches here, my 1/4 inch deep wells, So I got all the sizes needed to take the orifices out of the burner. That's not a problem. And the trick was to put a little bit of painters, the blue masking tape, the painters, put it in the socket, and that'll hold the orifice in when you're pulling out the old one and when you're putting in the new one. And it doesn't contaminate the hole that's in the orifice. Another YouTube video showed using electrical tape, but that's not recommended. So anyways, so I was all ready to do that, but as soon as I found out I have to crawl into the oven, no. So unfortunately, we're going to have to spend more money, probably about $200, $250 to have our gas company do it. So those of you who may have something to say about you should be having a licensed contractor do it, don't worry, I've got a licensed contractor doing it. I can do certain things myself, but I don't know that much about it. And if you don't get the proper flame, you need a blue flame, and I think a little yellow on the tips is okay. You got to adjust the air shutter. But again, in the oven, you got to be a contortionist to get down in there. So I elected to not do it. So everything's in place. We can't use the stove until the earliest they can come is the 8th of this month, 8th of May. So we'll just, you know, we just won't, you can't use the stove yet. I didn't want to try to do the burners myself and do the orifices, because even with my best magnifying glass, there's a number on the orifice, and there's a number on the ones that are in the stove, in the burners, and it's just too small for me to see. The only thing I'd probably be able to use is my little lighted microscope, the little white one I showed you in videos. I could probably see those. They give you 4 orifices, there's 4 burners, but 3 of them look the same physical size, and then the 4th one is a little smaller in diameter. Then they give you a 5th orifice, which is about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch long and maybe about 3/8 of an inch in diameter. I think that's for the burner down, for the oven. And the oven and the broiler use the same element. It's the cheapest stove we can get. You know, it doesn't have anything fancy. It's a plain white, you'll see it. Metal top, no clock, no timer. We don't use that anyways. Pain in the ass, because every time the power goes out, we got to keep resetting it anyway. So there is an oven light switch on the front near the controls. So it's a GE, offhand I don't know the model number. But anyways, I decided not to do that, and I'm not going to have any recordings done when the guy's doing it either. So that's the story there. I wanted to just throw this video out because I'm sure some of you will probably be asking about my kitchen range. Like I say, it just came in today. They were out of stock in the warehouse and they had to get it from the manufacturer. So that's what the delay was. But actually it was supposed to have been in the middle of this month. So we're a little better off than we could have been. So they came and delivered this and took the old range, only charged $20 to. That was all prepaid, and there was free delivery, so they just took the old one out, and we got this one. And my wife and I spent about 2 hours going through the instructions, because when you never did anything like this, it's all new to me. No matter how many YouTube videos you watch, there's still so many things that you have to do. And I still don't know how to take the top of the range off. It's supposed to be screws holding it, but I couldn't find it. The only thing I see is 3 screws around each burner. So I can't believe that you got to take out 3, 6, 12 screws. in order to get the top off. That don't sound right. I'm gonna let these people that know what they're doing, let them do it. It's a story of our life. You have to pay for everything anyway, so I should learn by now that there's certain things that you just leave it to a professional to do. So that was it there. So I wanted to give you an update. I'm recording this with the Kodak ZE-1 once again at 720p, but I'm going to keep this video a little short. No 18 minutes like the last one. So I got the AC going on in the shop here, and I'm not going to stay out there too long because we got 2 ACs running in the house right now, and I don't want to be, you know, stressing the power and running too much on our electric bill, which is the highest in the nation, by the way, just like our gas prices. Our gas prices are, the last I looked was $3 a gallon, and I predict $3.50 to $4 a gallon by the middle of summer, by Labor Day at the latest. That's my prediction. And the state of Connecticut, you got a bozo for a governor, so they can't agree. They are going to try to put tolls in again, which is going to cost them millions and millions of dollars to implement it. They can't agree on it right now, so it's on the back burner, but it'll be brought up again. They want to increase our gas tax, which is already the highest in the nation, once again. And it's getting to a point where you get disgusted, you know, with this. It's just unreal. So Connecticut is a very, 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 very expensive state to live in. And I doubt there are any other states that are worse to live in as far as the cost of living. There's a lot of rich people here. And, you know, we've got 2 casinos in Connecticut now, and I happen to live on the side of the state closest to the casinos. So you pay more for gas here because of that. So it's not doing us any good. So anyways, that's the story there on a GE kitchen range. I wanted to give you an update, and I'm still waiting for parts for Bob's radio over here when he gets a hold of me. As soon as he gets them from Sal's, I'm sure he'll get a hold of me and we'll get started in that project. So patience, my friends, patience. That's something I don't have on a lot of things. I'll be the first to tell you that. So anyways, it was a job I decided I'm not going to venture into it because I know what's going to happen on that stove. I'm going to get the orifices changed in the burners, and we're going to have a blowtorch for the oven, and I'm still going to have to call a pro, so leave the whole job to a professional. Thanks for watching, everybody. As Doug would say, see ya.